Now, from across the tri-states, this is KHQA Sports.
Well, history suggests there are few tougher postseason outs in our area than a Matt Long coach team. Giving Central Southeastern home court advantage in a regional certainly doesn't make that task any easier. Not when history was on the line. Matt Long sitting on 399 career wins. He only cares about 401 because that would mean a regional title. His girls went to work for him. Great passing right here as Madison Steinkamp comes free in the low blocks. That starts things off. Rushville Industry slow to get going, but eventually Riley Plummer going to knock down the jump shot from outside to kind of break the seal on the offense. Unfortunately for the Lady Rockets, it was very short-lived, as at the other end in the second quarter, Central would kind of blow things open right here. This is Dakota Limkeman. She not only gets distance on her driver on the golf course, she can knock down a long three, and then some more Madison Steinkamp to kind of blow this thing wide open. Miss Steinkamp unstoppable in the low blocks. Rushville Industry no answer, as it would be Central Southeastern moving on to the championship game 65-31, and Matt Long getting a bit of history along the way.
I'm very proud of the program, very happy that Camp Point Central and Southeastern gave me the opportunity to coach the group of kids the last 20 years. They've supported me along the way, and they've allowed me to build a program along with our parents and our kids in our community, and I appreciate them for that. Yeah, I mean, nothing but support, you know, from our community, our parents, the administration. Someone asked me the other day, how do you spend 21 years someplace? And I said, when you're in this business, you have to have good people around you because you just don't last that long many places.
Congratulations to Matt Long, class act. On the other side of the bracket tonight, Pittsfield trying to pull the upset to meet Central Southeastern in the championship game coming up on Thursday. Pleasant Plains had other ideas. Lady Shalkies had no defensive answer right here for Allie Pankey, number 5 on your screen. She was good. Eventually the offense would get going. Second quarter, first field goal of the game comes courtesy of Katie Klatt. Unfortunately for Pittsfield, they couldn't get a whole lot going in this game after that, as Pittsfield, Pleasant Hill loses 44-19 was your final. Now down to 1A regional play tonight. Western trying to come back on leading West Central in the second half. Alexis Belovich with a nice take right here. Back-to-back buckets for the Lady Wildcats as Lauren Melton does her thing on the spinorama. Three-point play, little bit of separation taken away, but West Central does its thing, and that means feeding Abby Lashmet, who was dominant, as she usually is. All-state candidate. She looked every bit of it tonight. 18 points to lead her team to victory. Turned into a blowout down the stretch as West Central gets it done, moves on to the championship game, 61-33. West Central would meet the winner of tonight's Liberty showdown with North Green. Liberty looking for the upset, and Michaela Leapley is going to provide just inside the three-point arc. She was true with the shot there. Leapley not done yet. What a monster night for her. 21 points, 13 rebounds. Nobody could stop her. Nobody could check her. And when Michaela Leapley does things like this, Liberty becomes a very tough team to beat. Caitlin Obert also getting into the act as the Liberty Eagles pull off the upset tonight and do it nicely. Miss Obert going to finish off your highlights here. 45-42 your final. So it will be Liberty and West Central going at it on Thursday for the championship. Other scores to pass along from the Brashear tournament. Marion County tonight. Too much for Scotland County. Devin Johnson leading the way there, and Sarah Dooley with a last-second shot to get Knox County past Schuyler County, 57-58. On the boys' side tonight, Fort Madison taking on Central Lee. Oh, look at the great take early on as Central Lee getting things going in this one. They're not done yet. A little bit later right here, it's Reed Shockley knocking down the feathery jumper. But you know what? Fort Madison going to do its thing at the other end, get out in transition and run. And that means it's Downton Abbey tonight. Bryson Abbey getting it done right there. Great take for him. Lewis Jolly trying to answer back. Three-point play for Central Lee, which hung around early. Unfortunately for Central Lee, they didn't have enough horses to stay in this thing. A little bit later, David Nagel, who had himself a really nice night tonight. Nagel on the night with 14 points. Great strong take, and we'll leave you with a little Miles Wenseen doing Miles Wenseen things. He had 23 on the night as Fort Madison kind of pulls away late in this ball game. Was never really close. 64-45 your final in that one. Also on the night, big night for North Shelby at the Brashear tournament. John Arnett with the great sweet lay-in right here to get things started. Dalton Mettis also the answer in this ball game. Great take as well for the Raiders. Everybody kind of getting into the act. Lucas Daniel also going to make his presence felt right here as North Shelby kind of pulls away in a wild game in overtime tonight, led by Dylan Mettis' 23 points. More Lucas Daniel to finish the highlights. Final count this one, 54-51 in OT in favor of the Raiders. Quickly on to the scores in Southeast Iowa. Keokuk, too much for Washington, to behind 18 points from Johnny Dahl. Back at the Brashear tournament, Knox County blows out Schuyler behind 27 points from Royce Poor. Over in Illinois, West Prairie with a blowout win over Ridgewood. Macomb did even worse tonight to Bushnell Prairie City, behind 18-11 from DJ Williams. Great night for the 8th graders. We're sending 3 teams off to state. The Quincy Comets in 4A with a big-time victory over Mount Zion. Carthage with a big-time victory as well to improve to 23-1 on the season. They will face Effingham St. Anthony at state and Blessed Sacrament with a 1-point squeaker to get to state over Williamsville. And finally, in women's college basketball, John Wood blows out Monmouth's JV team on the road. Shea O'Brien, leading the way with 21 points. I told you it was a really busy and very successful Wednesday night.
You weren't kidding.
We're doing it again tomorrow night. Regional championships on all the girls' side tomorrow night starting at 7:30.
All right, thanks, Chris.